Hi. My name is Roxana Malak. I'm from Poznan University of Medical Sciences, and I would like to thank you all for your time and attention. I hope all of you can listen and can hear me. Yes, is it true? Yes? Okay, it's okay. Yeah. So I'm so happy that I can have the lecture here. I'm so thankful for Urszula Stefaniak, for you, for Professor Eva Moyes, for volunteers, from students, from parents, and also children who are the organizer also because they initiate the idea of DDX3X because these are your lovely children. And I would like to tell you something about how much important is play in the therapy of children with DDX3X. Well, why I have chosen the idea of play? Because this is the moment, childhood, when play truly honors the unique abilities of children. And thanks to playing with children, we can somehow go to the level of their development. And thanks to playing, we can enhance their skills involving dexterity. So it is how children develop the sense of which is right hand, which is left hand. We can also enhance the children referring to sharing, decision making, working in group, and also problem solving. The definition of playing is very simple. Well, in fact, children must have fun or it's not considered a play. And it's really fundamental skills, and thanks to this, children can master many abilities. Thanks to play, children can learn how to self-regulate. Self-regulation is truly basic thing to prerequisite learning and success in life. Adults are those who should take care of safe environment during playing. So we are there. And why I choose the play subject? Because play allows children to relax, learn how to solve problems, express their creativity, let off steam, manage of space, and develop social skills, which is so much important for all of us after post-COVID time. And also, play itself is a serious learning. Play promotes participation and helps children to be authentic. Thanks to playing, children exercise more, spend more calories, avoid sedentary life effects, and play helps us to communicate the child language. That's why we have so beautiful prepared playing room for children, and we learn here and children learn there. Play supports also the formation of the safe, stable, and nurturing relationship with all caregivers and peers. When a play begins? Well, it begins so early because during natal time. So fetus begin to express tactile stimuli, express also vestibular things, and thanks to this, a child learns how to behave in some kind of space, which is the womb, and later our eternal world. When a child is in the womb, at about 18th week of gestation, she or he start to listen. And it's extremely amazing that during 26th week of gestation, a child can react to the sounds. And at about 32nd week of gestation, a child can detect even vowel sounds. When I was in Geneva 2 years ago, we also made somehow of researches how a child who listened to Andrea Vollenweider in natal time, in perinatal time, develop his language skills when she or he was 7. And why swimming and listening to music is so much connected to each other? Well, in fact, referring to reaction of the amniotic fluid, a child, even who can't walk, that person is a boy, and he can move, even he can't do it in the gravity environment. And here you see how much our brain express the stimuli of music and of moving. It's a lot of things which is happen in our parietal lobe, which give us the sense of somatognosis, so the sense of where my arm is, where my thigh is, and so on. And music, why we should choose music when we play with children with DDX3X, because music can promote some kind of connection, even some part in brain are damaged. And it's completely impressive that even a child with DDX3X sometimes can have problem as hypogenesis or agenesis of corpus callosum here in the brain. They can do something like connection, and they somehow can build that dexterity that I mentioned. So what do we think about music? How to engage that music part in the play? We can song singing, song listening, rhythmic auditory stimulation, and also keyboard-based rehabilitation. We have detected, and other scientists also, that 8-12 weeks of music therapy can do something really good for developing communication skills. And we compare children who listen to music to those who didn't listen to music. We have seen so big progress in those who had that training lasting for 8-12 weeks. And here we see one of our beautiful child, Nina, who attended ballerina lesson, and please look like she can initiate the movement which ballerina showed her. So she can lift her leg left or right as ballerina asked her, which maybe isn't so
która
easy
ją o to poprosiła,
when
co
there is
być może
no
nie
music
jest takie łatwe, jeżeli nie ma przy tym
no
muzyki,
rhythmic,
nie ma rytmu podanego i tak dalej.
Part of the lesson,
druga część zajęć, podczas której Nina bawi się spontanicznie i jednocześnie robi też rzeczy, których wcześniej się nauczyła. Dzięki zabawie, tak jak już mówiłam, możemy rozwinąć pewną relację, a więc kiedy się wspólnie siedzi, razem się bawimy, ale też jeżeli razem rodzina bierze udział w rozrywce, tak jak powiedział Steve Jobs, to jest bardzo ważna rzecz w naszym życiu. Urszula Stefaniak i z naszą pomocą przygotowała ankietę, podczas której chcieliśmy sprawdzić, w jaki sposób dziecko z zespołem DDX czy X włącza się do zabawy. Okazuje się, że dzieci z tym zespołem naprawdę lubią, chcą i potrafią inicjować oraz imitować ruch. Czasami osoba, na przykład ze spektrum autyzmu, czasami tego nie potrafi robić, a więc tutaj mamy wspaniałe pytanie, które opracowała Urszula Stefaniak. Pytaliśmy również w tej ankiecie, czy pani dziecko przyłącza się do zabawy, nie znając zasad gry. I okazało się, iż dzieci z DDX3X w przeciwieństwie do dzieci ze spektrum autyzmu potrafią przyłączyć się do zabawy, nawet jeżeli robią to po raz pierwszy. Dzięki tym wynikom wiemy, że dzieci z DDX czy X lubią spontaniczną zabawę, lubią inicjować ruchy. To jest bardzo ważne, dać im taką okazję do tego. Pracując z dziećmi i rodzinami, jako terapeuci powinniśmy również zrównoważyć to, co robimy, kiedy jakby jesteśmy takimi przewodnikami, a więc jesteśmy osobą dorosłą, która tworzy pewne zasady, ale okazuje się, że ruchy spontaniczne rozwijane przez takie dzieci. Prawdę mówiąc, pediatrzy czy lekarze powinni próbować powinny skierować dzieci na terapię za pomocą zabawy, tak jak to robimy na co dzień. Jeżeli macie Państwo jakieś pytania, to jest nasz zespół, profesor Ewa Mojs, Urszula Stefaniak, profesor Miłosław Siewicz i ja. Gdybyście chcieli Państwo się z nami skontaktować, zachęcam do tego. A to tyle, jeśli chodzi o mój wykład. Dziękuję za uwagę.
Thank you so much. And now let me check if we have some questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. Okay, so we have a first question from Ireland, our guest from Ireland. But we will also give you a chance to ask questions online. And so Łukasz will probably present the QR code now, which you can scan, and that way you reach my inbox and I will ask the question too. What is your question?
Thank you very much. You mentioned music therapy and keyboard intervention. Could you spend a few seconds just giving a simple overview of what music therapy is? It'd be very helpful. Thank you.
The music therapy so much, how to say, it's a very huge part. And for instance, in Geneva, where I were, Andrea Vollenweider, this is the person who is, how to say, he creates music in a direct frequency that make your child to be calm. I truly maybe ask you also to find that music, because in the beginning, if you would like to focus a child on a task, it's quite nice to give them the opportunity to be a little bit calm and focused. So Andrea Vollenweider, he created the music which the title is Sleep, and also he created the music which the title is Awake. And for instance, you could prepare such a lesson that you begin, for instance, by the music Awake, and later at the end you play that classical music in just right all the frequency that are Sleep. And later, or between that two things, you could give just keyboard, and first of all, look and listen how that spontaneous playing look like, and that training should last at about 8-12 weeks just to have a child focus on it.
Is it Andreas Vollenweider?
Yes.
Swiss harpist?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting. I'll show you his name so you can write it down.
Yeah.
Are we talking right now about the rhythmic auditory stimulation? Is it the one, or it's a different thing?
What's again, please?
The rhythmic auditory stimulation, is the thing you're talking about right now, or it's a completely different thing?
Well, beginning that music therapy, it is like that. Wherever you would like to, it's nice to begin in the first time by focusing. So if you begin rhythmic auditory stimulation with drums and so on, I also have the drum in my office. Nina also even borrowed that beautiful drum. But before we can do this, it's good to make a child focus So it's good to begin all of the music therapy by, for instance, giving that Andrea Vollenweider, so any classical music with frequency at about 4H2 frequency. Tomorrow there will be the
So it's something that's maybe less intense for the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah. And thanks to this, you give a child the opportunity to make his heartbeat calmer, breathing calmer, and she just look at you, listen to you, and you could ask her for doing something.
And would you say, or has anybody tried, to just to take this as a part of a normal one-to-one individual exercises, that other therapists do? So we have like speech therapists, physiotherapists. Would it be recommended maybe for them to start their lesson with, sitting down and listening to a bit of this kind of music to get them more focused? Is it?
Not at all. Thank you so much for that question. Because this is the difference that we have seen in children. That first of all, we could have the classes at our office, but we also found that even those children goes to not therapy, but just for ballet or other how to say typical lesson, they truly can engage them. Yes, it was completely strange for us that our therapy can't be closed in the office. Children, I'm so sorry for telling this, but children can't be in ghetto of DDX3X because they could initiate and imitate the movement. If they are close in the office or if they are close in the place with children just did with DDX3X, I suppose, not maybe just, but we should take could imitate. That's why that room is upstairs. Yeah.
Do you think that this could be useful for you?
Sounds interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because our child obviously was one of the many, loves music. So I know that at the moment they're using as a reward, the therapist using as a reward, the player, the saxophone, and all the different ones. So once she does something, they give her, the musical instrument that you can listen and play. So, but that comes as a reward. But maybe it's an idea to start the class as well with a bit of music to set the tone for the class. So we're going to try that.
And then maybe their reward could be some other type of music, maybe some new type of music. Yeah. What do you think of it? Okay. Ursula, tell me about the drum.
Yes?
Tell me about the drum that Nina uses, your daughter.
A drum, so she used drum.
Right. Somehow not.
No. Okay, can you repeat the question?
Tell me about the drums that Nina uses.
Drums. So I think she can spontaneously play with it.
Yes, I remember in the beginning of our meeting, you also borrow it from my
Yes.
office because Nina would like to play on this. Yes, and
Yes.
it wasn't that I decided that today we will play on drum. She just decided to drum.
She just picked it up.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So children with DDX3X can choose the activities they want, what they are interested in, and it's not just the stimulation. That's the potential for future therapy and new directions.
Great. Do we have any more questions? Yes. No. So that everyone.
Hi, my name is Demis. What happens in all of these cases that you described if the child is difficult, well, in terms of playing right, with others or generally playing, when she doesn't initiate play? Like, even if you try to play, she would be reluctant, and she's more of a, like a, would play by himself and not in a good way. She would just do very like spin stuff, like stimming or stuff, something like this. But how do you engage with her to make her, how should I put, be interested in playing with you? Is there, have you noticed something that would help in this situation, for example?
Yes, I think, thank you so much for that question. I notice that when my office started to be quite soft, familiar, nice walls in the office. I have also the couch in the office.
So it's comfy, it's cozy, it's warm.
Yeah, and for instance, there isn't so much light, you see. And for instance, when Nina come to my office, she just sit on a couch, yellow couch, yeah. And then when she look around, she start to, how to say, play somehow. I am the guide, yes. For instance, when I would like to work on her kyphosis, I take her to the kind of playground, small playground that I have. So is the sledge, yes, it's the stairs. And for instance, if children are sitting on that sledge, they make such kind of nice kyphosis in the back. So I do not have to say to Nina, please, I don't know, or how to, indirect way, when I arrange the playground or cozy room, yes, then the therapy is doing by itself. And also me as osteopath, I can do some kind of inhibitory therapy for making a little bit less reactive Nina, yes, and it's like that. We also notice it's maybe something strange for therapists, but if I gave, not me, but if another person give her the skateboard or anything that so much give vestibular stimulation, then she was overreact. I don't know, it's a good question. Or if she had, for instance, water, but water as that somebody in direct way tell her do some water, then it turned in completely wrong direction. But if she just go to swimming pool and so on, so she has the environment, then she just swim, and yes, and she don't has in the office, okay, today we play with water. Yeah.
So it's very good when it's not too structured, when
Yeah.
you don't give a specific instruction, but you just let the kid
Yeah.
experience the environment and
Yeah.
have fun with it and don't really tell anything. Dennis, how does it work in your case? Is it hard with music?
I mean, she loves music and everything. She would listen to songs for hours, right? The problem that I am observing generally, not at home per se, is the school, for example. She goes to special school. They constantly say that she doesn't engage in social play with other children. So whatever they try, and they do have small classes, and they try to make the children so that they can play with each other, but not successfully. They do music therapy as well. I don't know. I'm not so sure if it's same music therapy. I think they just come play music, they listen, and they go. That's about it. But that's a school issue, to be fair. I'm just curious. How do you kind of make them interested into playing with each other or something like this, kids with kids, because it's very difficult in my case. But with music, she's she loves it. If I play piano or something like this, or if she listens to songs, swimming as well, she learned to swim by herself.
Great.
In the pool. So yes, but just the social part was my basically curiosity.
Thank you so much. I would add something. To be honest, we also record somehow how, for instance, children with DDX, 3X behave during school. And the director of the school was so much open-minded that she even invite me to find any, how to say, tips and other thing. And in my opinion, it's a little bit change because it's truly something different, giving structure, because then they feel like, stuck. And maybe because of the safety that you give at home, make your daughter, behave, yes.
Yeah, maybe some parts of the experience are too intense for her. Maybe there's also a certain pressure for playing with each other. Yeah. Is
Yes,
that
it's the issue.
can that be the case, Dennis? Because there may be kids with ASD.
The kids are, yeah, they have different diagnoses. I'm not sure what the other kids have, but I think you might be right. Not every one of them they have similar. They're not similar, so maybe they share some similarities. But you are right. It's not for everybody. But everything that you said, I agree. It's just that even the fact that you said in school the principal was very what do you call it?
Strict?
No. In your case, that she was
okay.
she was looking for tips, etc., right? This doesn't happen in UK.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just one of those mummies who are just obviously trying to find the tips as well. So we engaged the psychologist, and she's been with us for over, I think, close to 3 years. And she started as well with stimming what you're saying, we couldn't go anywhere, it was
Myśmy też
impossible
mieli
to bring
problemy,
her outside.
nie mogliśmy wydobyć tego dziecka jakby na
Stimming was
zewnątrz.
going on, we were frustrated going back
Byliśmy
home. So she
sfrustrowani
started
wracając
bringing
do
her to the
domu
same
i
places, the psychologist,
psycholożka
playground,
wracała
to
do
the
tego
same playground
samego
all the
miejsca. To był
time,
zawsze
just to
ten
get
sam plac
used
zabaw
to the
po to, żeby
place
to dziecko się
and
przyzwyczaiło do tego miejsca
continue
i
with same.
kontynuowały
And
za
afterwards she
pomocą tego
started
samego miejsca
introducing
i po
different
jakimś
kids on the
czasie
playground
zaczęła przedstawiać im
initiate play with
różne
our daughter.
dzieci, które
So
były na
she'd
tym samym
actually
placu
herself
zabaw.
as an adult will approach some kids on the
I
playground who
czyli ta
did
dorosła
show
osoba
some interest
podchodziła
of
do
playing
dzieci,
with
które
our
chciały
daughter,
się
and she would just say, okay,
bawić
well,
z
she
naszą
cannot
córką
speak,
i powiedziała,
but
słuchaj,
she would
ona
like to play
nie
with
umie
you.
mówić,
Would you
ale
like
chciałaby
maybe
się z
just
wami
to get
pobawić.
that
Czy
stick
może
or something, whatever the pain is, and
pobawilibyście
offer
się
it to her.
razem
So it's
tym,
not
co tam
her
macie,
who
nie
is
wiem,
trying
łopatkę
to
w ręce,
play
czy
with the
cokolwiek
child,
dać
but
jej.
asking other kids,
I w ten
to
sposób
get in
prosiliśmy
and just
inne
try to do
dzieci, żeby
something,
je
little by
zaangażować w to,
and then kids are getting
krok po
actually
kroku
more
i
open to it.
ostatecznie ta
And
dziewczynka
our
się
daughter
bardziej
as well
otworzyła
starting slowly
i zaczęła
reacting
powoli, nasza
to
córka,
these offerings of other
reagować
kids
na
and started
oferty ze
looking at
strony
them a little
innych
bit
dzieci
more,
i
because
zaczęła
before she just completely
bardziej na
ignored
nie
everything
jakby
what was
patrzeć.
around.
Wcześniej
So
ignorowała
she
wszystko,
started
co
showing
ją
interest
otaczało,
more
a
and
więc
more, and
zaczęła
right now in
wykazywać
school,
coraz
with some of the kids showing
większe
some
zainteresowanie,
interest in
a
her sometimes,
w szkole, kiedy
and this is how she's
też czasami
getting
wyraża
into playing with them.
zainteresowanie
I mean,
i
playing, it's a big
zaczyna z
word in
nimi
here,
się
but
bawić.
started
Może
showing
bawić to jest za
some
duże
imitation
słowo,
skills
ale
from them,
pokazuje,
because they are showing interest in
imituje
her.
ich
So maybe ask, the
gesty,
adults
ich
who are
ruchy,
around to
czyli
try
w
to
ten
engage
sposób
other
wyraża
children,
zainteresowanie. A
because they
więc
see each
mogę
other as
tutaj
little
doradzić, aby
people,
dzieci,
they're
aby
not that interested
angażować
in us,
inne
they want to
dzieci,
see
ponieważ tak
engagement
naprawdę
from other little people,
nasze dzieci nie chcą zaangażowania nas dorosłych, tylko innych dzieci.
I had another idea that
Mam jeszcze
maybe
jeden
there's
pomysł,
somebody
być może
in the class of your daughter
ktoś
that
tutaj z
she's
klasy twojej
maybe closer
córki
with, and maybe inviting that one person, that one kid
możecie
over to
zaprosić
your house where
to
the environment
dziecko
is so
do
safe.
waszego
Maybe
domu,
she
gdzie
will,
otoczenie jest
open up
bezpieczne.
to
Być może
playing
córka
together.
się bardziej
What do you think
otworzy.
of that, Dennis?
Co o tym sądzisz,
Sounds like a
Demis?
good idea, yeah.
Tak, to
Definitely
brzmi
worth
jak
a try.
dobry
Right.
pomysł, więc będziemy starali się go wypróbować.
And I wanted everyone to know
I
that
chciałbym
the
wszystkim
whole
powiedzieć,
video,
że
the whole
całe
feed of our
całe
conference,
wideo,
we
całe
will make
nagranie
it
naszej
available to you
konferencji
as a
będzie
link. So
dostępne
you don't have
pod
to
linkiem,
use all
a
the
więc nie
battery in your
musicie
phone.
wykorzystywać
Just saying,
baterii w telefonie i zużywać,
But you
bo
can have
będzie
another
to
angle
wszystko
with your
dostępne.
camera, so,
Ale
yeah.
tak, zgadza się, macie,
All right. So
wymierzacie
thank you,
swoje telefony pod innym
Assistant Professor
kątem.
Roxana
A
Malak,
teraz,
for
czy to
starting
była pani profesor
such a wonderful discussion.
Roxana Malak, która rozpoczęła taką
You
wspaniałą
can definitely see
dyskusję
how many
i
questions there were
zdecydowanie
and how
widać,
useful
jak
that was.
ważny jest to temat. temat.
There is a QR code. This is my suggestion for our viewers online. There's a QR code in part of your screen. I think it's the left bottom part. If you scan it with your camera of your smartphone, it will take you to WhatsApp and it will take you to my profile, so you can ask questions just like the people who are here are asking. So this is just an option for you. And I'm checking it. Oh, and I see that we do have the first comment. Hi, is it possible to turn up the sound levels? It's very low for us from home. The speaker mic specifically. The room mic is okay. Yeah, so we'll do our best so that this mic gets louder. Thank you for the comment. That's our viewer from Denmark. All right. And now it's about time to welcome our another guest from the Melbourne University, the director of the Speech Genomics Clinic, Royal Children's Hospital, Australia. Would you like to say a little more?
So it will be very interesting lecture, especially that we have speech therapists with us online from Argentina and from Italy. So it will be very informative, so we cannot wait.
Is this person joining us in person or online?
Professor Morgan will be with us online.
Okay, wonderful to have you, Professor Morgan. I hope you are here.
So we met with Professor Morgan at the Paris conference. So we share very interesting thoughts about speech development in children, and she's a specialist, she's a speech pathologist. So her team discovered we have differences between